The Young Thug mistrial situation is something we've never seen before. Even 4-2 Doug explained it feels like someone has it out for Young Thug and wants to keep him locked up forever.
Have you been tapped into the YSL case at all, and how do you think that's been?
I've been trying to watch a little bit.
Do you think it's being mishandled?
I think it should have been dismissed. The shit with the judge that just happened.
That just happened.
Crazy, like trying to send his lawyer to jail. From the outside looking in, it's looking like they got something against him.
Even Lil Baby tweeted, "Thug about to come home for life. This madness needs to end today." This mistrial decision has been alarming for one specific reason, and allow me to explain. The trial was delayed after reports of no court tomorrow in YSL Young Thug trial. It appears plea negotiations are ongoing. The plan for now is Monday at 9 a.m. This came after reports of the defense team of the YSL cases currently meeting with Fani Willis at the DA's office. Are they discussing deals? Young Thug's release from jail is pretty clear, but how we got to this point is concerning. It started with rapper Slime Life Shawty, who was once signed to Lil Durk's label, recently took the stand in the YSL RICO trial and admitted that he and others treated YSL like a gang.
Outside of the music, is YSL a gang?
You said outside of the music?
Yes, sir.
Some people treat it like that.
What do you treat it as?
I treated it that way before.
You treated it as a gang before?
Yeah.
When did you stop treating it as a gang?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know.
You just don't know. And when you say you treated it as a gang, what do you mean? How old were you when you joined YSL, the gang?
Can you tell me what you mean by like join? Like, are you talking about?
What would you consider joining?
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you mean join like, cause you know like to get in the gang, you join the gang, like you get up or something like that.
How did you become a member of YSL?
My music got popping and I became a known face in my neighborhood.
But whether YSL is a gang or not, there's no physical evidence of them doing anything illegal, which is what the judge keeps stressing to the prosecutors. This made the prosecutors angry, which then created an argument in court when it was announced, "This is the most preposterous thing I've heard in the YSL trial." The judge says, "What I'm trying to do is fix your sloppiness so everybody won't have wasted 10 to 12 months of their lives in this trial."
Trying to do is fix your sloppiness so that everybody won't have wasted, 10, 12 months of their lives in this trial.
Yeah, we can come over.
Okay, do it now.
The judge messed up here, announcing she's trying to fix the prosecutor's sloppiness. She's not allowed to do that at all. This immediately got the lawyers of Young Thug's team angry. They demanded a mistrial. It was announced, the judge makes it clear there is no chance of a mistrial with prejudice, but leaves the possibility open for a mistrial without prejudice. Nicole says she would be good with that at this stage. The rest of the lawyers are discussing if they agree.
So are you asking, what kind of a mistrial are you asking for?
Your Honor, I believe that we were goaded into the mistrial.
Okay, well, I do not believe that, because if you had seen Miss Hilton's face when that came out of the witness's mouth, she was appalled. And I do not believe that they are purposefully trying to insert error into this trial to make y'all ask for a mistrial so that they can try this case again. I think it is continued, and I am sorry. Y'all have, this gigantic, ginormous universe of evidence that maybe if you narrowed down, you would not be making these kinds of mistakes. But I believe that to be a mistake.
Your Honor,
so I'm going to deny a motion for a mistrial with prejudice. That one, I don't believe that the facts bear out. Would you like a mistrial without prejudice?
Which is one of the most confusing things ever. The judge says there's no mistrial, then moments later says there's a possibility. Feeling similar to what Boozy said about YNW Melly. When the feds want you, they try to find ways to keep you.
Now they're putting even more charges on him, and then
when they want you, they want you. I knew they wanted them bad when they waited for that law to get passed. They waited all the way.
Penalty.
So it'd be 8-4.
Oh, right. Yeah.
They waited all the way till that law got passed to take him to trial.
Yeah, he was in jail for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, they could have been took you to trial.
You're right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. When they want you, man. I just don't see how he didn't get a bond after a fucking mistrial.
Yeah.
That made me like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, after a mistrial, That doesn't happen, really.
Great deals for Young Thug will be starting after the prosecutors lose all their witnesses in this trial, because it was reported a sanction in the YSL trial. The judge struck all testimony from a retired gang cop who said on the stand that a defendant was in and out of jail. He also can't testify again. You can tell from the district attorney nearly begging her to reconsider that this is not good for them.
I am finding that this was not intentionally elicited on the part of the state. However, I also am finding that this witness is a law enforcement officer, should have known better than to make any mention of it. It is, however, significant that one of the charges against Mr. Kendrick in this indictment is that he is a convicted felon. Were it not for that, I would grant the mistrial motion. But given that this jury already knows that he's been convicted and is a convicted felon anyway, even without this testimony, I don't think that a mistrial is warranted. I am, however, going to give a curative instruction and as a sanction for this having occurred, that's the end of the testimony from this witness. There's going to be no more testimony from him.
Which is massive news for Young Thug. A tweet would share, the judge says she would have granted the mistrial motion, but because one of Yak's charges has him being a convicted felon already, the damage is limited. However, she rules as a sanction, the state is no longer allowed to question their witness, meaning another witness can't provide evidence against Young Thug or YSL members. Charleston White would react by sharing, Young Thug will never be released, and they will always find a way to keep him.
Thug won't out, he ain't even been gone 2 months yet. I'm almost willing to bet. I'm almost willing to bet with any rapper, if they keep Young Thug locked up 6 more months in the conditions he in, he'll tell to get out of jail too. They keep him 6 more months, locked up in them conditions like that there, he'll tell to get out of jail too. Yeah, I tell you ain't never, man, God ain't gonna never let you out of prison. Cause he wasn't talking like another is talking. Yeah, boy, after 30 years, that got that bald spot. He got all them great whiskers up under his beard. That used to be my color. That light yellow now, cause he don't get a lot of sunlight. Yeah.
What happened next in court would typically end in a mistrial, but again, it doesn't. It was announced YSL prosecutor Fani Willis has sent attorney Adam Abbott down to the YSL RICO case to fill in District Attorney Love's seat as first chair. This is coming after reports of the YSL trial being investigated for case corruption and DA Love's words against Young Thug. For context, Prosecutor Love was allegedly claiming Young Thug was doing illegal activities to chase money.
What suggests that he is doing anything illegal by chasing that money?
Your Honor.
Isn't that what pretty much all of us who aren't independently wealthy have to do every day of our lives?
Your Honor, I'm not saying that it is with certainty that this is what he is saying. What I'm saying is that it is evidence that tends to, or that has a tendency to make a portion of our assertions or our allegations in the indictment true to the extent that it is relevant that he made or said that, made that statement on that posting. He is representing YSL. He is,
I mean, obviously, you know, it's all over his body, but how is the post, the language representing YSL?
As even the judge said, what suggests that he is doing anything illegal by chasing that money? Isn't that something we all do? Love throughout the argument was hinting towards the type of man Young Thug is, stating she thinks he illegally chases money. Many online looked at it as Young Thug's color of skin and who he was hanging around with. One commenter said, crazy, if Young Thug was white, I bet no one in the law system would accuse him of chasing money by doing something illegal. This is where Young Thug's lawyers did something amazing to make the prosecutor's Love look terrible. It was reported gang member on a wiretap complaining that Young Thug is the richest young man in Atlanta, Georgia, but he refuses to put any money back into the streets, confirming Thug chases money the legal and right way.
We just talking about we just really talking about Spider, like how Charlotte got all these goddamn paper, but really letting these folks really just get the really ups on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way, bro. Like just being real, bro. Ain't no young his age. Charlotte the richest young in Atlanta, Georgia, bro. Ain't you having more money than Charlotte, bro? Yeah. Nah, he age now. Like, come on, bro. ain't having that much more money than Charlotte, bro. Charlotte supposed to be having shit. Charlotte supposed to be clean shit up, bro. Like, no, man, Charlotte supposed to be clean shit up, bro.
But, like, you just, look, just see how it is now, like, and they got some corny him, bro. When we was around him, bro, like, you know, we still gonna do, you know what I'm saying? We still gonna do it anyway, but, like,
yeah.
You feel me? Like, man, damn.
Shit ain't right, though.
As this is only strengthening Young Thug's lawyer's chances of getting Thug released. To understand Thug's possible release date, you first need to hear the latest outburst by the judge in his case. It was reported Judge Whitaker went off on Prosecutor Love. It is baffling to me that somebody with the number of years of experience that you have, time after time after time, continues to seemingly, purposely hide the ball for as long as you possibly can. And I don't want to believe that it is purposeful unless it is that you are so unorganized that you are throwing this case together as you try it. Right after that, the judge left the bench to take some deep breaths.
I mean, I can't figure out what it is. If it's disingenuous, if it is that, I mean, I don't want to, the prosecutor standing in front of me right now, so I'm not gonna say the possible things that it could be, but it is baffling to me that somebody with the number of years of experience that you have, time after time after time, continues to seemingly purposefully hide the ball to the extent you possibly can for as long as you possibly can. And I really don't want to believe that it is purposeful, but honestly, after a certain number of times, you start to wonder how it could be anything but that, unless it is just that you are so unorganized that you are throwing this case together as you try it.
As a prosecutor, Love made the YSL RICO trial look like a complete joke when bringing Quindarius Zachary to the stand, where he opens his statement by hitting on an attractive investigator and asks her to be the one to supervise him at his hotel tonight.
For you to whichever hotel this is, they end up putting. Can it be what? I don't know whether it's going to be that particular investigator or not. It might be, it might not be. It's not going to be up to me.
The judge thinks it's funny at the beginning, but what happens next, you can tell she's getting annoyed. It would be reported QZ says he no longer wants his lawyer because he feels like he's working for the state. He said he doesn't think he needs a lawyer at all and will be back Monday without one.
You don't want that lawyer anymore. All right, well, let me say this. When you come back on Monday, it may be that you want a lawyer, you don't feel like you need any kind of lawyer whatsoever. So what if things change on Monday? All right.
This is where the judge would have had enough of this prosecutor witness, kicking him off the stand and telling him to practically get lost. This trial day was a prosecutor witness day, meaning the state had to bring witnesses to the stand all day to confirm evidence against Thug. However, the prosecutor had 0 witnesses.
One of the things I wanted to inquire of one of our investigators about their efforts to secure one of the witnesses and the difficulty that we have had with respect to that witness. I expect that witness will be coming in. It's the one that we've been discussing, but I think it's pertinent information.
Not right now, and frankly, it doesn't matter if you have a particular witness. What you have been instructed is to have enough witnesses to fill the day. Okay? So if one witness is difficult, then you need to have another one lined up. Let's get the jury, please.